So let's first identify the landmarks. Now the question says that at 0900 hours, vessel is steering 300 at a speed of 12 knots. East Channel Recon Buoy bore 1805 nautical miles. This is the East Channel Recon Buoy beta. So this is chart 5056. Right, and this is the East Channel Recon Buoy. And what they have given us here is, they have given us a initial position. The East Channel Buoy is bearing 180, distance is 5 miles off. So let's make this bearing. Distance is 5 miles off, so let's cut off the distance. And we have a 9 o'clock fix. This is 180 into 5 miles. At this point, the vessel is steering a course of 300 at a speed of 12 knots. And till 9:30, the vessel moves on this course. So from 9 o'clock to 9:30, we are steering 300. It is given to us. So let's draw this 300 track. And in half an hour, that means by 9:30, at a speed of 12 knots, we will be able to cover a distance of 6 nautical miles. So let's cut off 6 nautical miles here. And let's name this point as, you can call the initial position as A. And we can call this point as B. This is 300 and a distance of 6 miles. Right, beta? Clear? Okay. Now they say at 9:30 hours, the vessel altered course to starboard and the speed is reduced to 10 knots and maintained the same speed throughout thereafter. So from 9:30 to 10:30, we don't know what is the course which we are steering. 9:30 to 10:30 is unknown. And at 10:30 hours, the vessels alter course to 050. At 10:30, vessel alters course to 050 and the speed is 10 knots. So what I'm going to do here is, from 9:30 to 10:30, I don't know. What is my course? I don't know. So I'm going to leave that out. What I will do is, I will now draw the 10:30 to 1100 hours track starting from point B. This was my 9 to 9:30 track. So let me write the time also here. 9 to 9:30. And now I'm going to draw the 10:30 to 1100 tracks. The course which we are steering is 050. And the distance which we will steam is 5 nautical miles. So let me write here 050 into 5 miles. This is our track from 10:30 to 1100. We can mark off with a single arrow. Now they say the current is expected to set easterly at a rate of 2 knots. So I call this point as C. And at this particular point, I am going to draw my current vector. So let's pick up red color. Current is easterly at a rate of 2 knots. Now we are talking of an interval of 9 o'clock to 1100 hours. That is a duration of 2 hours. So with a rate of 2 knots, the current is going to drift us how much?
4 knot.
Very good. 4 miles.
2 घंटे में 4 हो जाएगा सर.
Say again, beta.
कुछ नहीं सर, 4 हो जाएगा 2.
Very good. So we can write it here. 090 is the set of the current, and the drift of the current is going to be 4 miles. We can represent this as the current vector, and we reach up to this particular point. Let's call this point as D. So हम D point पे पहुंच गए हैं. The current is for the full duration, that is 9 o'clock to 1100 hours. Now they say that at 1100 hours, the bill of Portland bore north. So let's now see where this bill of Portland is. So let me zoom out. Now this is where bill of Portland is, beta. This is the bill of Portland light. If you want, I can show you. Let's zoom out and see it. This is the bill of Portland. So this was bearing north at 1100 hours. So this means we have a PL for 1100. Let's draw that PL. It is bearing north. Let us draw it in blue color. Let's extend it. So this is our 1100 PL. मैंने इसको बिल्कुल नीचे तक एक्सटेंड कर दिया. Let's extend it up to here. This is our 1100 PL. So अब बेटा ध्यान से देखो, हमने अपनी स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन A से 9 to 930 का कोर्स स्टीयर्ड लगा दिया है. 9 to 930 का करंट भी यहाँ पे अकाउंटेड फॉर है. 1030 to 1100 का CTS भी लगा दिया है. 1030 to 1100 का जो करंट है वो भी is accounted for. Now we have accounted for the current for the full duration. The only thing what remains to be accounted for is our 930 to 1030 course steered and engine distance. That is the only thing missing in our passage. 930 to 1030 course steered and engine distance. This is the only thing which is missing. Correct, beta? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Very good. Now we don't know what course we steered in that interval 930 to 1030, but what we know is that at 930 the vessel's speed was 10 knots. So 9:30 से 10:30 तक टोटल डिस्टेंस जो हमने कवर किया है वो है 10 नॉटिकल माइल्स. 10 माइल का डिस्टेंस हमने कवर किया है. So from point D, whichever position I am at 1100 hours, it has to be 10 nautical miles away from here. Because जो मेरा 930 to 1030 का current vector है, I know its magnitude has to be 10 nautical miles. So what I do now is, I open up my compass equal to 10 nautical miles, center my compass at point D, and then make an arc. So when I make an arc for 10 nautical miles, the arc cuts my 1100 PLs at a particular location. Let's assume the arc cuts here. You can call this as E point. So if I join this D to E, the magnitude of this vector is 10 miles, and whatever is the direction of this particular vector, that has to be my CTS between 9:30 to 10:30. So if you put your parallel ruler, align it with DE and then read it off from a compass rose, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि 9:30 to 10:30 what course were you steering. So this becomes 9:30 to 10:30 CTS vector. Now if you look carefully in this complete passage, ये जो हमारा पूरा passage है, we started off from position A, 9 to 9:30 CTS, A to B, 9:30 to 10:30 CTS, D to E, 10:30 to 1100 CTS, that is Bravo to Charlie, and 9 o'clock to 1100 the current. All these are accounted for, and it takes us to position E. E is my fix at 1100 hours.
सर अगर पॉइंट बी पे हम लोग 1 आवर का रन लगाते एंड मेक अ पोजीशन सर्कल विद द सेंटर एज बी एंड देन यू पुट ये जो बीसी लेग है एंड सीडी लेग है, तो गलत आएगा क्या सर?
बेटा उसमें एक दिक्कत आएगी, आपने जब बी पे सेंटर करके 10 माइल्स का एक सर्कल बना दिया, सर्कल बन गया,
यस सर,
दैट्स व्हाट यू आर सेइंग ना, हम लोग बी पे सेंटर रखेंगे और 10 माइल्स का एक सर्कल बनाएंगे.
हाँ सर, जो 9:30 to 10:30 का है, वी नो द रन, so we can
Right.
just make the circle and then we have one position circle and that one position line from that lighthouse.
अच्छा
तो
ठीक है बेटा, ठीक है, ओके, आई एग्री विद यू.
That is
लेट मी ड्रॉ
not
इट.
position
मैं ना
circle, no sir.
मैं जैसा आप बोल रहे हो ना, मैं ग्रीन कलर में वैसा करना शुरू करता हूँ. सो मैंने बी पॉइंट पे 10 माइल्स का एक सर्कल बना दिया बेटा. ये लो, ये सर्कल आ गया हमारे पास. माइंड माई ड्रॉइंग स्किल्स. सो ये हमारे पास एक सर्कल आ गया. द रेडियस ऑफ द सर्कल इज 10 माइल्स. अब बताओ बेटा आगे क्या करेंगे.
अभी सर तो 10:30 to 11 का पोजीशन जो है ना सर, वो जो कोर्स टू स्टीयर एंड द रन,
राइट,
उसको हम एट द पॉइंट बी लगाएंगे.
वेरी गुड. सो मैंने पॉइंट बी पे 10:30 टू 1100 विच इज 050 इंटू 5 माइल्स ये लगा दिया. आई रीच अप टू पॉइंट सी हियर. तो ये मेरा सर्कल सी पॉइंट पे आ गया बेटा यहाँ पे. नाउ यू टेल मी व्हाट नेक्स्ट आर यू गोइंग टू डू.
देन द करंट सर, जो सीडी.
वेरी गुड. सो यू आर अप्लाइंग द करंट नाउ एंड यू रीच अप टू पॉइंट डी.
एंड देन यू ट्रांसफर दैट सर्कल टू पॉइंट डी एंड देन.
वेरी गुड बेटा, वेरी गुड. सो डी पॉइंट पे हमने सर्कल को ट्रांसफर कर दिया. दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी हैव डन ना. दिस इज a 10 mile circle transferred at D.
राइट सर, सेम थिंग किया.
Eureka. So see, we did the same thing. All right beta.
ओके सर.
Okay, it's actually a way of understanding. If you understand it this particular way, it's perfectly fine. But you don't need to draw these circles. आप इस सर्कल को बिना ड्रॉ किए भी ये इसको आप कर सकते हो. Just you need to draw the final transferred position circle, and that's what we have also done now. So you will reach at the same position E. The lines you are thinking on is perfectly correct, beta. 100% correct.
ओके सर.
So अब इससे ध्यान से देखो बेटा, मुझे बताओ क्या क्या डाउट्स आ रहे हैं माइंड में. डाउट आना चाहिए.
यही सर, वो नीचे भी कट करेगा लाइन को।
एग्जैक्टली बेटा, एग्जैक्टली ये डाउट आना चाहिए। ये किसको आया डाउट? नवजोत?
यस सर।
ओके नवजोत, बेटा यू आर फ्रॉम विच बैच? सितंबर अक्टूबर?
अक्टूबर सर।
ओके तो हमने हमने तो ये कर लिया था। अब तुम ये डाउट जो है वो सितंबर बैच सितंबर बैच को समझाओ।
क्या सर ये पोजीशन लाइन?
यस,
नो
ये
लेट
जो
मी टेल।
पोजीशन सर्कल है 10 माइल्स का, वो उस बेरिंग को साउथ साइड में भी कट करेगा। तो हाउ डू वी नो कि ऊपर वाली पोजीशन राइट है या नीचे वाली?
राइट। तो ये देखो बेटा, अगर ये पीएल को एक्सटेंड कर दें, मैं अब ग्रीन लाइन में ही इसको एक्सटेंड कर रहा हूँ, तो पीएल और पोजीशन सर्कल तो यहाँ पे कट कर रहे हैं, दैट्स ओके, बट दे आर कटिंग एट दिस पॉइंट ऑल्सो ना। लेट्स कॉल इट एज एफ। So how to determine now which is our position, E और F? दोनों हो सकती है हमारी पोजीशन तो।
सर बियर नॉर्थ वो वाला है ना सर?
लेकिन सर एज
Lighthouse.
पर द कोर्स अपने हिसाब से टू बी मोर नॉट क्लोजर टू द डीआर, नो सर।
और सर 9 o'clock का फिक्स तो हमारे पास है, एंड देन वी हैव ऑल नॉर्दर्ली कोर्सेज, तो हाउ कैन इट गो बिलो दैट?
नहीं बेटा 9:30 to 10:30 तो पता नहीं ना हमें, हो सकता है 9:30 to 10:30 उसने साउथ सदर्न कोर्स स्टीयर किया हो। इफ ही हैड स्टीयर्ड दिस कोर्स बिटवीन 9:30 to 10:30, द ग्रीन कलर कोर्स विच आई हैव ड्रॉन, तो वो एफ पॉइंट पे पहुंच जाता। So there are two options for CTS now.
सर लेकिन इतनी दूर से सर उसकी तो लाइट दिखाई नहीं देगी ना सर, अपने यहाँ की जो अपन लाइट दिख रहे हैं, आखिरी वाली मतलब पोजीशन लाइन।
ओके बट बेटा विजिबिलिटी तो कुछ बताया नहीं है। इट इज पॉसिबल इट मे बी क्लियर विजिबिलिटी, नो? It's a matter of 10 miles extra, isn't it? It may be a clear visibility case. फिर तो देख सकती है।
लेकिन सर ये घूम रहा हूँ सर, वहां सुना आएगा सर डीआर के पास, तो कुछ जाएगा सर, जहाज तो निकल ही जाएगा, तो वहीं पे मैं इतना वहां पे आएगा तो अनएक्सेप्टेबल लग रही है।
Right. So why he would move in circles and come back to F, isn't it? है ना?
यस सर।
पर क्या पता बेटा वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं। हो सकता है टाइम पास ही कर रहे हो। ओके इसके लिए बेटा ध्यान से देखो, अब जो क्वेश्चन डाला है आपने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे, मेरा व्हाट्सएप अभी ओपन नहीं हो पा रहा है, सो जस्ट रीड दैट क्वेश्चन वंस अगेन।
Altered course to starboard, it's written there.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। सो ये जो वर्ड उन्होंने लिख रखा है, altered course to starboard, that means A to B it was steering 300, तो जो नेक्स्ट ट्रैक होगा, if you have altered to starboard it has to be more than 300, you see। अगर वो ये वाला कोर्स स्टीयर कर रहा था, देन ही वुड बी ऑल्टरिंग कोर्स दिस पर्टिकुलर वे, और अगर वो ऊपर वाला कोर्स स्टीयर कर रहा था, दैट इज डेल्टा टू इको, then delta to eco he would be altering course in this particular way. So out of which is the alteration to starboard? This one is the alteration to starboard, so this cannot be our course. So delta to foxtrot df cannot be our course has to be delta to eco.
Yes, sir.
सर इस टाइप के जो क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे, इसमें हमें करंट हमेशा पूरा कंप्लीट जो जितने घंटे का है एक साथ लगाना है, कि वी कैन सेपरेट बाय द कोर्स सीटीएस एज वेल?
ओके बेटा, ओके बेटा इसमें आप चाहो तो उसको एक साथ भी लगा सकते हो। सितंबर बैच आई डिस्कस्ड मिसिंग कोर्स टॉपिक मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस नहीं किया ना बेटा?
नहीं सर।
नहीं किया।
ठीक है बेटा, ठीक है। तो मैं बेटा आपको एक बार ना वो टॉपिक है दिखा देता हूँ. So let me show you that topic so you will understand the concept behind it. October batch already has gone through that, so for October batch it will be a revision, but let me show it to you beta. We are left with we have about 25 minutes or so. So let me show you that topic. Can I close this screen now beta?
जी सर.
Okay, all right. Let's go through this topic now. Let me show you the PPT. So our next topic is missing course or distance, also known as a missing leg. In these questions, one of the course or distance or one of the positions, initial position or final position of the ship is missing in a particular passage and is to be found. Now, in these type of questions, the intention is to test the basic understanding of the passage planning in the candidate's mind. So the concept of passage planning, the concepts of plain and parallel sailing, and the concepts related to day's work are tested in these type of questions. Now, in these questions, they give us the summary of the ship's passage between two specified positions. It is provided to us in the question. Now, the passage may consist of many courses and distances, which could be the legs of the passage. The question could involve current in the area as well as wind in the area. So all this may be provided to us in the question. Now, some of the data in the summary of the entire passage is missing. The missing data could be a particular course, it could be a particular distance on one of the legs, or the missing data could be the initial position or the final position. This missing data is what we are required to find in these questions. Now, to solve these questions, we use the concept of vector addition. We are all familiar with vector quantities. Vector quantities are those quantities which have direction as well as magnitude. So you must have done them in your school also. Vectors is in the syllabus of +1 and +2. So anyway, even if you don't remember those concepts, it's perfectly fine. We basically use very simple vector addition principle in these questions. Now, every leg of our passage or every course and distance which the vessel makes good is a vector quantity, as it has a direction as well as a magnitude or length. Now, in case of a leg of a passage, the course made good is the direction of the vector, and the distance made good is the length of that vector. All these vectors, which are basically course made good and distance made good, each of which represents a single leg of our passage, if applied or plotted from our initial position, will lead us to our destination or final position. So this is the basic concept which we use to find the missing course or distance or a missing position. Now, a property of vector addition is that irrespective of in which order the vectors are added or combined together, the end result, which is the destination or final position in our case, remains the same. As we just now discussed, in these questions, they provide us with a passage plan summary, which gives us the starting and destination position. Now, some of the data items in the passage plan summary are missing, and we need to find those data items. These missing items could be any of the courses along the passage. It could be any of the distances covered along a particular leg of the passage, or the missing item could be the initial or final position of the ship. Now let's go into what method do we used. We have seen that we will be using the concept of vector addition here. So how do we use this vector addition concept in these kind of questions? We basically recreate or plot the entire passage on the chart using the given data in the question. Now, once you plot the entire passage on the chart, whatever data is given to you, you will be able to find out the missing items from the plot itself. Now, since we know that irrespective of in which order the course made good and distance made good vectors are added or combined, the destination or final position in our case remains the same. So we follow the below sequence. In the first step, we plot the known initial or final position. We plot if there are any position lines or position circles given to us, whatever is provided in the question. Now, after the positions or position lines or position circles are plotted, then we plot the known legs of our passage. That is the known course made good, the known distance made good. Important thing to remember is that these legs or combination of course made good and distance made good can be plotted in any order. So irrespective of in whichever order you plot them, once you plot all the required legs, you will be reaching at your destination. Irrespective of whatever order you have used, the position arrived, the final position, or our destination remains the same. So we plot these known course made good and distance made good in any order, whatever is available to us, applying them on the initial or final positions as given to us in the question. Now, as soon as we plot all the known items on the chart, the unknown data can be easily picked up from the plot. Now, beta, let me show you this method which we discussed vis-a-vis what we have done on the chart. Just give me a minute, I'll show you both of them. So you can see here, beta, on the right side we have the method. First, plot the known initial or final positions or position lines or circles. देखो, हमने सबसे पहले अपनी 9 o'clock को position plot किया. 9 o'clock position is plotted. Then we had the 1100 PLs from Bill of Portland. हमने इसको भी plot कर दिया. So ये दोनों आ गए हमारे पास. Plot the known vectors, which could be CMG, DMG, CTS, engine speed or current vector, applying them on initial or final positions as given. So हमने अपनी initial position पे vector को apply करना शुरू कर दिया. This was the first CTS. Then second CTS was unknown. Bravo to Charlie was the third CTS. Charlie to Delta was the current, and Delta to Echo, which we found out from the plot, was the last CTS. The CTS between 9:30 to 10:30. So the unknown data is then picked up from the plot. This is the basic concept we follow. And the property of vector addition, important thing to keep in mind is that you can add up these vectors in any order. किसी भी order में आप इन vectors को add कर सकते हो. आप देखोगे in all the cases the final position arrived would be the same. अगर आप initial position पे current vector पहले लगा दो और बाकी के vectors बाद में लगाओ, even then you will be reaching to the final position exactly in the same way. So this is the concept of missing course or distance method. So did it get a little bit clear in the mind, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right, beta. So that takes care of this question. Any other questions you have in mind?
Sir, I have posted, sir, 2 questions.
Yes, sir. Question 2, sir. No?
Which question out of these two, beta?
Sir, in the first one, sir, we have to plot the GR from Bill of Portland as well. I have to confirm that only first, then the second one, sir.
Okay, beta. Okay. Let's go through number one. Number one says, to an observer on the bridge, height of I is given to us. Straight point light dipped right astern at 1400 hours. So straight point is here, beta. You can see this is the straight point light. It dipped right astern at 1400 hours. Find the time, position and distance of when Bill of Portland would be closest. Vessel is steering 120 at its rate speed of 14 knots and current sets 030 at 3 knots. Okay, now tell me one thing, beta. If you are steering 120 and a lighthouse is right astern of you, what will be the bearing?
सर 120 से opposite हो जाएगी.
Very good.
300.
300.
It will be 300. So first thing what I'm going to do is from straight point, I'm going to draw a PL. This is my PL for 1400 and it is in the direction of 300. So ये 300 की मेरी PL आ गई है, and it says it was last sighted. It dipped right astern. Now in this case, beta, they have not given us any visibility here. Visibility is not given to us. So the only information available to us is the height of I and the height of the lighthouse from the chart. So we will calculate the GR, and wherever the GR takes us, that is the position where the lighthouse dipped. So you calculate the geographical range and you cut off that geographical range here. Wherever it cuts would be your 1400 fix. Right, beta, up to here?
सर जीआर से हम ये नॉर्मल रेंज कंपेयर नहीं करेंगे ऐसे केस में 10 माइल पे?
Beta, nominal range is applicable for a visibility of 10 miles.
Visibility. That is a perfect visibility ना सर? Normally cases में तो ऐसे consider करते हैं.
No, beta, the nominal range means the range which is given on the chart is basis a visibility of 10 miles.
Yes sir.
Okay. अब इस क्वेश्चन में उन्होंने हमें विजिबिलिटी दिया ही नहीं है.
तो जो सर चार्ट पे दे रखा है उस लाइट हाउस की विजिबिलिटी, उसको कंसीडर नहीं करेंगे फिर उस केस में?
नहीं बेटा, चार्ट पे ये देखो, लाइट हाउस की विजिबिलिटी नहीं दे रखी है. चार्ट पे लाइट हाउस की रेंज दे रखी है 9.7 माइल्स, and this is the range which is called as nominal range of the light, and it is applicable for a visibility of 10 miles. So in 10 miles visibility, straight point light would be visible up to a distance of 9.7 nautical miles.
उस टाइम पे विजिबिलिटी कुछ भी हो सकती है सर, इसलिए इसे यूज नहीं करेंगे ना, क्योंकि विजिबिलिटी दे नहीं रखी क्वेश्चन.
एग्जैक्टली बेटा, दैट्स राइट. अगर उन्होंने हमें विजिबिलिटी दी होती तो हम इसकी PLR निकाल लेते और उसे GR से कंपेयर कर लेते. ओके, जस्ट गिव मी 1 मिनट बेटा. Beta, just give me 1 minute. There's some issue regarding the MMD files. So ओके बेटा, सॉरी, आज एक्चुअली पिछले बैचेस की ना फाइलें जा रही हैं एमएमडी में, सो देयर वाज सम इशू रिगार्डिंग दैट. सो एनीवे, इज दिस ओके बेटा? 1400 पोजीशन वी आर ओके?
यस सर.
ओके बेटा, ऑल राइट. अब इससे अगली चीज जो क्वेश्चन बोलता है हमें, इट सेज फाइंड द टाइम, पोजीशन एंड डिस्टेंस ऑफ व्हेन बिल ऑफ पोर्टलैंड लाइट हाउस वुड बी द क्लोजेस्ट. ओके बेटा, अब ये फिक्स तो आ गई बेटा 1400 की. हमें अपना CTS भी पता है. लेट मी नाउ ड्रॉ इट. CTS तो हमारा 120 है. सो लेट मी फर्स्ट मार्क ऑफ द CTS. ये मैंने CTS को मार्क कर दिया. CTS तो यही है हमारा. दिस इज द CTS. और इंजन डिस्टेंस, इंजन स्पीड भी हमें पता है अपनी. सो इंजन स्पीड इज 14 नॉट्स. तो 1 घंटे के ट्राइंगल यहाँ बना लेते हैं. 120 इंटू 14 माइल्स. This is my CTS. Let's call this position as F. Call this position as A. And they have also given us the current in the area. The current is 030 at 3 knots. तो मैं यहाँ पे अपना करंट लगा देता हूँ. 030 at 3 knots. ये मैंने करंट लगा दिया. Let's call this as B. Now what I do is I join F to B. So what is this F to B beta?
CMG.
Very good. So CMG आ गया. Now I extend my CMG. ये मैंने extend कर दिया है. And they want us to find the position when bill of Portland would be the closest. तो अब हमने क्या करना है? Closest position अगर निकालनी है तो आप क्या करो?
सर्कल पर
हाँ,
टेंजेंट.
बिल ऑफ पोर्टलैंड से या तो एक सर्कल ड्रॉ कर दो which should be tangential to this. You can keep your compass centered here, open it up equal to this and draw a circle. एक तो ये काम कर सकते हो आप. जहां पे ये सर्कल टच करेगा, that would be the closest point. You can call it C. This would be the closest point. और second method which you can follow is, आप ये CMG को read out कर लो compass rose से. What is this CMG? Let us say the CMG comes out to be 100. मान लेते हैं ये CMG आ जाता है 100. अब आप इससे 90 डिग्री सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो तो 100 minus 90 gives you 010 and you draw a 010 line here. जहां पे ये लाइन आपके कोर्स को कट करेगी, that will be the closest point. So this angle is 90 degrees. That is why मैंने 100 में से 90 को सब्ट्रैक्ट किया and I got this bearing of 010. दोनों में से कोई भी मेथड जो आपको कन्वीनियंट लगे आप वो कर सकते हो. आपको क्लोजेस्ट पॉइंट मिल जाएगा.
सर जो बीम पोजीशन होता है उसके लिए तो वी हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम द CTS, करेक्ट?
हाँ बेटा, अगर वो हमसे ये पूछते कि फाइंड आउट द पॉइंट वेयर बिल ऑफ पोर्टलैंड वुड बी अ बीम, तो फिर मुझे 120 में से 90 माइनस करने पड़ते. सो इन दैट केस इट वुड बी 030. सो फिर मैं 030 की बियरिंग बेटा ड्रॉ करता बिल ऑफ पोर्टलैंड से, अगर मुझे अबीम पोजीशन निकालनी होती तो. बिकॉज बीम बियरिंग इज ऑलवेज टेकन फ्रॉम CTS. नियरेस्ट डिस्टेंस इज ऑलवेज टेकन फ्रॉम CMG.
Okay, sir. Sir, CTS is so 120 minus 90, that is 3030. So
That's right.
we draw from bill of Portland 030, and
Right.
that line where it cuts the CMG is the beam position, correct, sir?
Yes बेटा, अगर मैं ये 030 की बियरिंग ड्रॉ कर दूं and let us say ये जो पॉइंट आ गया, we call it D. Now at delta point the bill of Portland would be a beam, but it would not be nearest. Nearest would be at point C. बीम पे आएगा ये डेल्टा पे और नियरेस्ट आएगा ये C पे, चार्ली पे.
Okay, sir, understood.
ठीक है बेटा.
तो सर टाइम तो वैसे 1400 से निकाल लेंगे ना सर, एसएमजी हमको मालूम है, फिर डिस्टेंस मेजर करके उसको निकाल लेंगे वैसे ही।
Exactly, beta. That's right. We can find out the time using our SMG. Okay. Okay. So beta, with this we finish off our time for